right. We should be live. Are we live? All right, we're live. Okay. First of all, I picked a terrible day to stream because most people are in school right now. So didn't really I didn't really think that one through. So I don't know how many people are even actually going to be here. Um, on top of that, I might not be able to do Roblox. I was wanting to do Roblox, but StreamYard is terrible. My laptop is terrible, and so is my internet connection. And all three of those combined means that anytime that I switch over to a different like tab on my computer while I'm streaming, it lags the live stream to the point where you cannot understand anything I'm saying. I'm glitching out everywhere. The resolution goes down. So I don't know if I'm even going to be able to do Roblox. But I already said I would be live, so I'm just gonna have to figure out what to do from there. I have a couple things in mind, but it's nothing too crazy. I guess we'll see how this stream goes. Yeah, I don't know how much time I have. Probably about an hour or so, which is usually how long my streams are. I might try to get into a Roblox game just to see how laggy it's going to be if I do. I'm really worried about that. About the lag. Yep, it's lagging the stream. I didn't even have to get into a game yet. It's just lagging. Yeah, it's lagging. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to fix the issue. I don't know how I would fix that issue. I would need a separate device to play Roblox on, but make it where it like you can still see Roblox. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know what to do now because Roblox was the main thing. I just made my new account and everything that I mentioned in the past streams and stuff. So I'm just gonna have to, do my best to not run everyone off. There's nobody here yet anyway, to my knowledge. But oh man, oh man. Okay. Like, hold on, let me show like my own Willy's Wonderland game on Roblox or just in general, because I have for Roblox at the very least, but as like an actual separate game, not on Roblox, I haven't really thought of that. But I was actually talking with somebody last night about my ideas for how I would do like a role play game or something on Roblox, like an interactive Willy's Wonderland experience. And it's a little too ambitious probably, and I have nobody to develop it, but I would be willing to fund it. And I would love to see it get made. I was planning on bringing this up in the stream, so I'm glad that you asked that question. So I think a lot about like the emotes, like different animations and things like that. I feel like there's a lot of potential with that and just all the different items you can interact with. But I would want it to be like a kind of open world style where it's just the entirety of Hayesville. You have the hardware store, the school, the ice cream shop, Willy's Wonderland, the sheriff's office, Eric Miller's house, and then other places that exist but are off screen, like Texas Place. And then, well, I forgot to mention like, Jed's auto repair shop and all that stuff. Would be locations. There's vehicles you could spawn in from the movie, and also just generic vehicles. And I think it would be fun. There would be an OC maker in the game where you can, I think, this sounds odd, but I would only probably make it where there would be like where you can make human OCs, but you can't make animatronic OCs, which I think people would definitely be upset about. But I feel like there would be way too many animatronic OCs walking around at that point. I mainly just want to stick to the movie, you know. I think about like badges you could unlock, or like game passes and stuff. Like what kind of extra skins you could unlock. You could get like the mobile game version of the janitor and live, along with like some of the other characters, like the cultist and stuff from the mobile game. Um, you can unlock the comic characters and stuff like that. But something that's just more interactive, where there's items in your environment you can pick up, and they have unique animations to them, and you can use those items on or with other players, and you know accurately reenact the fight scenes and the deaths in the movie, and just be able to you know just a nice interactive place where Willy's Wonderland fans can hang out and play something together. A horror game would be pretty good too. Again, I was just talking about with Roblox specifically. I think Roblox, the best bet would probably be a role play game, like how I described. But there's a couple Willy's Wonderland fan games that were either going to be made, or they did get made and then got taken down later. I've heard stuff about them, but I don't know much about them for the most part. But other people have tried that concept. But I don't know exactly. It kind of depends, because it's like, is it just like, you fell for the whole Hayesville trap? Like you went in, your car's messed up, and now you're in Willy's Wonderland. Would it be that, or would you play as the janitor? That's kind of, that's the big thing you have to figure out before making that concept into a reality, because that completely changes the gameplay, because you're either straight up the victim, or, you're the janitor, and well, we know how that goes. So that's where you have to go from there, figure that out. Real quick, I forgot I need to fill this up real quick. Got the ice. I'm gonna mute the mic whenever I pour the ice in this time. I cannot, and I'm sure most other people cannot stand the metal sound that it makes. So there we go. All right. Today's choice is just Sprite Zero again, because that's all we have anymore, apparently. I need to buy something else, because I'm kind of getting sick of Sprite Zero. I like it, but I mean, in terms of like the live stream, it's like, it's not a surprise anymore. I mean, not that it was ever a big deal, but like, it's just every once in a while it'd be nice to have something new on screen. As I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, I was going to do Roblox, but that's not going to happen, probably, just because I'm having all sorts of trouble with the stream. It's going to lag everything. So I do have a couple other things in mind, nothing too special. One thing I will mention, because I'm working on my janitor cosplay still, and I need like one more thing to come in the mail, and it's out for delivery today. So at some point during this live stream, I will probably get a knock on the door right next to me, because I'm in the living room. The front door is right here, and I will probably get the thing. And it's something, I don't want to say what it is. It's not too big of a deal, but it's something that will probably be a little difficult to show off on screen because of its size. So, yeah. And it's one of those things that it's a prop, and I need to customize it for the cosplay. And I won't be able to do that on stream. So it'll more or less probably just be like, here you go, here it is. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, actually, one thing I will grab. I made a community post about this. This is a screen accurate janitor shirt. This is the exact brand and everything that they used in the movie, just doesn't have the logo. But I have, because my partner's mom, they make custom T-shirts and stuff, and they ordered for me a custom Willy's Wonderland logo, and it's an iron-on thing. And it might not get here in time for the cosplay convention I'm wanting to go to, but it's fine because I have this Willy's Wonderland shirt, and even though it's not like one-to-one accurate with the movie, it works. But yeah, it's a Bella canvas, Heather and navy ringer T-shirt. So I always knew that the one I had, the color was just a little off, and there was something about the logo, like the sizing and the angle of it. It's just, I knew it wasn't exact, and it always bugged me, and it took forever for me to find the exact shirt. But this is it. I'm glad I found this, and it's only $7. Like, this is a cheap shirt to buy. It's probably way cheaper for you, like as a fan, to just buy that and then get it custom, like get the logo custom made, put on the shirt. You know, you'll save like $50, 40, or more or less. You'll save a lot of money though, because a lot of the Willy's Wonderland staff shirts are expensive. To me, they're expensive. I'm sure they're not expensive to the people who like own the screen used suits, for example. It depends, but to me, they're expensive. To me, they're very expensive. But this was like not the cheapest one, but this was like the cheapest one that actually looked like the one from the movie. There's so many of the staff shirts on like eBay and Amazon that are just like plain white T-shirts with the logo. It's like, that's not what I'm looking for. I want something that looks like it's from the movie. And this was the closest, cheapest one that I could get. I've wore it for like 3 years now, and it's starting to show, to be honest. Not necessarily on camera, probably, but it's starting to show. If you were standing here in front of me, you would, it's a catastrophe. So I, probably need to pick up another shirt like this. I don't know why I'm just talking about shirts now. I'm sorry. I need to pick up another shirt like this because the other shirt that I just showed, the blue ringer tee, the screen accurate one, that's going to be strictly for cosplay. I'm not going to be wearing that, out somewhere. I wear this all the time in public. I just went bowling yesterday and I wore it. Getting a phone call. Don't care. Yeah. As for other props that I have made, I got this punch pop can. I don't know how I'm actually going to utilize this when I go to the cosplay convention, but it's just, I had to spray paint the can silver up here, and then the logo's all custom. My dad made the actual label for me. You can find the picture of the screen used label online. We just printed that off. The colors aren't very vivid, but it's something you're supposed to mainly see from a distance, not really like up close where you can see its imperfections. But another thing, I didn't realize how far away it was. I got the some people would call it a potato sack, but it's a gunny sack that's supposed to have cans in it. I know that It's Hot in Hollywood wanted to see this, but I've dirtied it up a bit with actual grime, but also I've used black spray paint to kind of from a distance sort of graze it just a little bit. What's inside of it is just these little these very thick foam pieces that we've cut into the general kind of the shape of a soda can, but they're the exact size of a soda can. For the most part, it's close enough, but yeah, I have the spare one off to the side because I've made this where you can't really open this now. So but there's 8 of those little foam pieces in there because in the movie, thanks to It's Hot in Hollywood, I know this, there was approximately 8 cans in the gunny sack in the movie. it took forever to get the size. I had to, like, I think I ordered 2 or 3 different listings from Amazon for one of these, and the size was wrong every time, and I had to send it back. And I took a bet with this one. I took a gamble, and I finally got the right size. They do not list the right measurements on Amazon. It was a pain, but yeah, it's fun. I have this now. I can sling it around and, beat the shit out of Willy Weasel with it. So that's always fun. Let's see. I don't know if I showed this. I just have like an actual like briefcase that my cosplay that my cosplay stuff is in. I got the belt and the belt buckle. It's the screen accurate one. Thanks to a behind the scenes photo, I was able to find the right thing. But that was a pain because you do not get a good look at this in the movie. But this is the one. A little expensive as well, but there's his watch. I got the exact one as well, and I'm so glad I got these. I got the exact shades as well. I'm not flexing. It's just what else do I talk about on stream right now? But yeah, so that's fun. I wear those out every once in a while. I was practicing driving, and I had to bring my dad to the post office, and the sun was right in my eyes like the whole way, and all that was there was like my mom's glasses. So, didn't really look the best on me, but I had to wear those. And we got to the post office, and then those shades arrived in the mail, and I was like, perfect timing. I don't have to wear these women's glasses anymore. Now I can wear the janitor's sunglasses. That's even better. So yeah, that was good timing there. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of show and tell. I think I can probably stop talking about the cosplay now until I get a knock at the door and the last thing that I need arrives. Speaking of that last thing, I accidentally ordered 3 of that last thing, and Amazon does not want me to cancel the other 2 that I don't need. So I ended up spending $50 when I only needed to spend $20. So that wasn't fun. Thanks, Amazon. Honestly, otherwise it's kind of controversial. Otherwise, I wouldn't use Amazon if it wasn't for the fact that pretty much like the janitor's entire wardrobe is just stuff from Amazon. So and it's cheaper on there than just hoping it's on eBay and then buying it double the price. So I'm just saying, that's literally the only reason I'm using Amazon right now, is so I know I'm getting the exact thing from the movie for the costume. Yeah, I did that that live stream with Rodus Plays recently. I was so nervous during that. I apologize. It was so cold out there in the garage where I was during that stream, and I already said most of this in the stream, but like I was so nervous during that, man. I kind of rushed into it. They were like, "Do you want to do this stream?" And I was like, "Sure." I didn't really have anything going on, but I was just kind of laying around, to be honest. So I just jumped up, and then there was technical difficulties, and then it was on my end, it was a complete mess, but I still had fun. I just didn't know what to say half the time. There was a lot of quietness during that stream, and I was like, okay, think of something to talk about. Doesn't matter what at this point, just talk about something. And right now it's kind of like that too, because like I said, the original plan was to play Roblox on stream. That's not going to happen because of more technical difficulties. Yay. So that's probably not going to happen. And that's disappointing. I'm going to have to figure that out. not going to figure it out during the stream because it will take up the entire stream, and it's just going to be me like this close, like typing in stuff, and like it just, it's no fun for anybody. So from there, I guess I'm going to try to think of something. I'm gonna try to, at least. I guess I could talk about some video ideas, I guess. I was a bit hesitant to kind of announce this, actually. I'm just gonna, to me, this is a bombshell. To other people, it might not be that big of a deal. But I'm going to do the Willy's Wonderland iceberg video, that the iceberg that Glitch Entertainment made. Other people apparently have tried to make it in the past, and they lost interest halfway, or they didn't upload it. And I think there's maybe 1 or 2 videos on YouTube where people have done that iceberg, but like apparently, from what I've heard, some of the information was inaccurate, and most of these videos were in like other languages. So mine is going to be the first of a lot of things, probably the first one that's like in English, first of all. And I'm going to try my best to do the most accurate information, but it's going to take a while to get the video done. I have the first 2 layers of the iceberg written, and I need to do everything else. And I was surprised to find there was actually quite a few things on the iceberg I didn't know. So, for the sake of content, I hope you guys don't know that stuff either, so you can watch the video and find out. But yeah, I was surprised there was some stuff, and some of it is like it's related to the comics, and I've read through all 4 of them once, and to be honest, I've tried to forget about them since. Not to be mean, but yeah. So there's a lot of stuff I forgot, and I've had to go back and research and read the comics and try to remember what's going on and what the iceberg was talking about. But obviously, since I have direct contact with the person who made it, I've been able to ask a lot of questions. And they've actually wrote some of these scripts for the tiers in the video, which they're going to get full credit for. They said I don't have to credit them, but you don't have a choice. You're getting credited. So yeah. So there's that. There's the announcement. First time I've mentioned it, kind of. The only mentions I've really done like before this have just been like showing general kind of interest in doing the iceberg, but I haven't announced it and said I'm doing this. This will be a video. It's going to be a pain to edit. That's yeah. Yeah, doing scripts also takes forever. Like I've been doing more scripted videos lately. Just originally I only did scripted stuff if I really needed to, but now it's like everything. And some people say it's not genuine if it's scripted, but it's like it's still my words, it's my thoughts. I'm just writing them down and then reading them off later. It's still me, it's still genuine. It's not like somebody else is writing the scripts for me and I'm reading them. It's, I mean, unless you say in the case of the iceberg video where Glitch Entertainment wrote a couple of the, but like he matched my tone. He tried to match my tone with my videos, and it'll flow just fine. It'll flow just fine. And the, what was it called? Is it the doing the janitor as video that I made was fun. I really wanted it to be longer, and it would have been if some of the Amazon stuff got here in time, and it didn't. I almost thought about making it into a YouTube short, like last second, but I was like, behind the scenes, a lot more effort went into it than it seems on the surface. So there's that, but that was fun. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on the video. People who messaged me and said, they thought it was really funny. every once in a while, I just want to do something kind of just lighthearted. And I have another video idea coming up soon. I'm gonna have to flesh it. It's like in concept form at the moment. It's idea, and I have to flesh that out from there. So, yeah, but it involves cooking. Scary, right? Um, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. When the art compilation will be made, I only have, I think, 4 people on board. 3 people have made their pieces, their artwork to be submitted in the video, and then there's a 4th one that hasn't done it yet. It's actually my partner. Which they're not like a huge Willy's Wonderland fan, but they like it and they know I love it, and they're a good artist, so they're going to make something. And I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be a surprise for me as well. But the main problem is just like I don't know what it is. It's like the first art compilation, it was like everyone was on board, right? But with the second one, I don't know if it's just because time has passed or something. But I mean, there's plenty of artists in the Willy's Wonderland Discord server. There's plenty of them that are subscribed to me. But I don't know. It's like I don't get any engagement whenever I mention, like, hey, I'm doing the art compilation thing again. Submit your stuff to the email or the Discord. Nothing. Radio silence. It usually takes me like directly reaching out to people like you, and asking directly, like, hey, do you have any cool art that you want to put in the video, want me to put in the video? That's really what it takes right now. I don't know, but I can't just do a video with just 4 people. So again, I encourage anybody that does any sort of artwork, that has made or might want to make Willy's Wonderland art, please, Discord server and email are in the description of my channel. They're usually in the description of most of my other videos. Please submit your stuff. I want to make this video so bad. It's took like 8 months to get something off the ground. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what people, have in store. So I'm talking so much, I'm like out of breath. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for the art compilation. The original plan was to do like way more. Like there was going to be the first one, and there was going to be a second one like right after. And then for whatever reason, that just didn't happen, and way too much time passed, and eventually months became, it's been a couple of years now. So, yeah. So yeah, it seems to be, like if it, oh man, I say so yeah so much that it irritates me. Like that's all I have to say. That's just I need to get out of that. I say so yeah a lot. So yeah. Yeah, the video schedule I was trying to stick to really didn't work out. Like that automatically just done for. It's Willy's Wonderland. It's not a huge franchise, so people already thought I was nuts for being like, oh yeah, I'm going to consistently release videos every week based on Willy's Wonderland. People are like, you're crazy. How how do you even come up with ideas? What is there? Because eventually I'm going to go through everything and have done every idea that I can make about Willy's Wonderland. And until something new happens, like a sequel, comics, or just anything, something to do with the props, until that happens, there's nothing to do. But in the meantime, I was going to be like, I'm going to do a video every week. And I don't know what it was. It was like I got up and I made like 4 videos that were really difficult to make, like all at the same time. Like the moment one got finished, I was making another And during the editing of one, I was starting on the editing of another, and then stream lag. What is going on? StreamYard, more like stream lag. Haha. Anyway. Okay, I think we're back. I don't know what just happened. It just said that I was lagging, and yeah. Okay. But yeah, I was really just like grinding. I just started making videos, just a ton of them. And I had a whole, if I was sticking to that schedule of like one video a week, I had a whole month's worth of content made, and it's all on the channel right now because things came up, and admittedly it was because I like to schedule things. Like most of the community posts on my channel, I sit down in one day and I make like 50 posts and then schedule them for like a span of like 2 months, like sprinkle them out. And every once in a while in between that, I actually post something new that isn't scheduled. And I tried doing that with the videos, but it's like, it's not the same because when you schedule a post, it's hidden. You don't know it's scheduled. And then with the videos, it's right there. It's a premiere. And I don't like that because the only reason I was doing that was because I was sitting here with like a month's worth of videos. And if something was to happen to my phone and I lost all of that, I would have went insane. And if I had any hair left, I would rip it out. So that's why I was scheduling stuff. But then the wait was too long, and there was a bit of a glitch on Discord, and people seen the videos early, despite them being a premiere. It was just a mess. So I ended up just having to premiere those like days apart from each other, all in 1 week. So now I'm sitting here like, okay, now what do I make? You know. Speak of the devil. Hi, how's it going? I don't know if you were here earlier, but we were just talking. I just finally announced the iceberg video, your iceberg. So thanks for hopping in. So that's nice. I was talking about how, because you said, because you wrote some of the scripts for the tiers or entries, not tiers. And you were like, oh, you don't have to credit me, and that you're going to be credited whether you like it or not. That cannot go unseen. Like, you have no idea how much I appreciate that. Like, the time it takes to do that. Like, I really appreciate that because the whole point, my job is supposed to be researching this stuff, but it's like, you still helped me. You helped me anyway. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm excited. The editing of it is going to be the difficult part for me, just because of what I'm using to edit my videos is not the greatest thing on earth. But so yeah. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully all the information is accurate and the descriptions are good and everything. I'm really nervous about that. Just like with my tier list video, that was the other big one that took way too long to edit for me. It might not seem like it, but it was a pain. I wanted to give up many times throughout that. I'm so glad it's done. But the tier list video, I feel like it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. Like, I don't know. People weren't as crazy about it as I thought, and it's probably because of my awful opinions. And I never really watched tier list videos before, so I feel like I might have messed up the way the format is supposed to be here and there, and that's. But I've watched countless iceberg videos, so I get the general idea. I should be able to do that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Gonna top off the punch pop. Can't let that go to waste. Made a lot more noise than I was anticipating. I apologize for being so quiet again. It's like I didn't, I was supposed to do Roblox. I've already said it. Not going to happen. But now it's like I'm thinking about video ideas. I've accidentally fell into that mindset. Now it's video ideas time. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff that I'm going to do. I know that I mentioned I'm going to do one that may involve cooking. And it might also involve a lot of red food coloring. I feel like I've gave too much away. We're going to see how that goes. I don't know if it'll get made. But we'll see. I'm so guilty because I'm thinking about what I want to do, and I probably shouldn't because it's going to be a mess. But we'll see. Yeah. So there's that. I really don't know what else to talk about. Oh no. Oh, I did. This is more of like a brain fart than an actual idea. But those like Willy's Wonderland sings a song, like videos that are on YouTube, like Willy Weasel sings a song. Those. I was thinking about doing something in that style, but it would be like the janitor sings a song and it's just instrumental the entire time, and there's no vocals. Just like it would work more for like an April Fool's video, if anything. But that was one of the many little droplings of ideas that I had that are probably not gonna happen. Just redundant stuff. Oh, we're getting more viewers, and I still don't know what to do. Oh man, technical difficulties suck. I'm just saying, I need to find something else other than StreamYard to do this with, please. If anybody else, what do y'all use? What do you use if you stream? Please tell me, because I want to figure something else out. Because I want what's best, and I don't want people to have to sit here through a boring stream with me yapping about whatever because something didn't go as planned. Because that's kind of what this stream is becoming, or has been for the last 40 minutes. Yeah, but I do have the new Roblox account made. I was talking about that in the last stream, how, I have no problem with people friending me on my personal account, but it's like, I only have like a few people friended on my personal account, and everybody was like wanting to friend me on there. And I don't know, I get weird. It's like, I want to organize stuff, but I can't. I just want it to be like a 10 people friends list. Like, that's it. Just play a couple games. That's it. So I made a new account just called Willy's Fanland. Crazy, right? Didn't see that coming. And it's strictly for videos. And maybe every once in a while, just for fun, I will hop on like one of the Willy's Wonderland games on Roblox, regardless of if I'm like recording something or not, and just hang out. Because sometimes just hanging out is also good promotion for the channel, but I also just like hanging out. So that's a thing. So yeah. In the description of the stream, there is my new Roblox account linked in the description. Not that I can do much with it right now on stream. Thanks, StreamYard. Again, you're wonderful. But that doesn't mean that we can't all just play together. It doesn't have to be live on stream. Like, just send me a friend request. We'll play, like, we'll play the Willy's Wonderland game on there or something. One thing I want to do is hop on Bloxburg and I've tried this before in like one of my really early streams, but it's one of my early streams, so I don't recommend. But personally, not that these are great, but in comparison, this is like beautiful quality. But I do want to try to replicate Willy's Wonderland in Bloxburg again, I should say, which I can't do now because on my personal account, I have like this huge, like, Hello Neighbor-ish house, and I don't want to bulldoze it just to try to build Willy's. Like, I've put like 2-3 years into this house, and I don't want to get rid of it. And I don't have enough Robux to buy a new plot that's separate that I can build on. So I'll probably just do it on my new account at some point. And that would probably work either live or pre-recorded. That would probably work good either way. It would probably be a bit boring live just because there's going to be a lot of space, where I'm looking at reference photos and then going back to the game and placing like one thing and then going back to the photo. But if it was an actual like speed build video, then that could be interesting. And then I could do that's what I could do. Speed build video, here it is, and then do a live stream where I invite people to it and we play. Sounds good. That's what we can do. Yeah. All right. We've hit the 40 minute mark. We're about to hit 42 minutes, actually, I should say. I usually wrap things up around the 55 minute mark to an hour, depending. I really apologize because this did not go as planned at all. So I really apologize because I really want the best for everybody. And clearly I failed with that one by using StreamYard. So, but yeah, I am kind of wanting to wait though. It's not a big deal. But like I said before, like UPS will be here with one of the props for my costume soon, and that's more stuff to yap about for an hour. So I'm kind of hoping that happens soon. It's about time. It's about time. So, I almost want to get up and check if it's there, but there's no way that it is because I would have heard the huge UPS truck pull up. And they would have knocked on the door and stuff, like, but there's still that feeling of like, what if it's there somehow? What if? It's really bugging me, and I still want to check the door, just pure impulse. But I almost drank out of the empty punch pop can prop. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay, I'm setting this. It's going back in the briefcase thingy because I don't want to accidentally try to drink out of that again. Ouch. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last stream or not, but I some of this I've already overstated. The whole, I'm doing a janitor cosplay, going to a convention. That's all you need to know for this story. It's kind of funny because I'm going to this convention, like I mentioned, and I'm going with a friend, and I don't know if they've decided on their costume yet. It's between two things, and one of them is a fursuit character, and I just can't help but think of the irony of, anthropomorphic animal, the janitor from Willy's Wonderland walking in together. It sounds like a recipe for disaster. Like, Because we've seen how that went in the movie. So, a little bit funny, just a little funny to me. Because I feel like if anybody recognizes my character at the convention, they're probably going to want us to fight. So that'd be a little funny, though. So that's all I'm saying. Battle to the death. Come on, UPS. I'm checking the door. I'm checking the door. It's bugging me. I gotta double check. Nope. I couldn't stand it. I had to look. I feel like I've said this before, but it's like when you go to the I do this. I go to the fridge, open it. There's no food I want in there. I close it. I open it again as if new food is going to show up. It's kind of what just happened with the front door. Like, there's no way it's here. It's not just going to pop up. But what if it does? Think. Think of something. Oh, man. Usually I'm good at, like, there's nothing to talk about, but I will find something. Like, that's kind of what it was like on Rotus Plays' stream that I mentioned earlier. Like, not in a bad way, I mean, but it was like I didn't know what to talk about because that was just spur of the moment. I didn't have anything planned, and there wasn't anything in my environment I could pick up and be like, hey, look, Willy's Wonderland stuff, So that was maybe I'm drained from that still, it's more of an excuse, if anything, but maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I have lost that ability temporarily as of now. Man, I mentioned UPS so much. It's like I can't even end the stream now because it's like that's like the thing that I've been talking about. So it's like I gotta wait around. I can't just be like, well, nothing to talk about. See ya. So kind of cornered myself there. I guess I could mention this. The janitor is my lock screen on my phone. I have issues. Did you guys know I like Willy's Wonderland? I really like Willy's Wonderland. I really, really like Willy's Wonderland. That is another video I thought about making, but like, don't know if I should because there's not a lot of substance, but there kind of is. But that's talking about the year discrepancy, like the whole debate of like, was Willy's Wonderland open in 1984 or was it open in 1996? Because those are two conflicting dates in the movie, and it drives me absolutely insane because I go with what Liv is saying, but then where did the 84 date come from? That really drives me insane, honestly. Thought I heard something. But yeah, that's really bugging me because it's so easy to ignore when Willy, like at the end of the song, that when Willy says, been, proudly serving family since 1984. It's easy to ignore that. It's only you just catch the end of it, like in the movie. It's just said once. And of course, it's a contradiction, but that's easier to retcon in your mind and ignore than the lore dump 40 minutes into the movie that Liv does. But then the date of 1984 pops up again on a missing poster in Jed's place, and I just now noticed that recently, and it's driving me insane because that doesn't make any sense at all. And that's even easier to ignore because you barely notice it unless you pause it at that one specific frame in the movie when they zoom in on the missing posters. But it still drives me nuts knowing it's there. because it does not make sense with the timeline at all. Period. Just doesn't make any sense. Jed only got involved seemingly, once the animatronics were possessed and London then made a deal. That's when Jed seemed to be involved. But if the place was open in the 90s, just why? Like, he has missing posters of all the people he helped to go missing. Why is there one from 84? If we were to say that the place was built in 84 and Liv was wrong, then why would he have that? He wasn't involved at that point. He wasn't helping people go missing at that point in the timeline in the movie. So why would he have that? Why would he have that poster knowing that if you said that missing poster was from a victim of Jerry or any of the other cultists, like, during that time period, how would Jed know that? So then you have to question, like, how is he involved? How deep is he into stuff? And again, I'm ignoring the comics because the comics kind of sort of try to explain that, like, how he built the animatronics or helped build them or whatever, and he's related to the spirit, the cultist possessing Cammy and all that stuff. But I'm talking about the movie on its own. It doesn't make any sense, and the comics don't really help it either. They don't really. It kind of makes some sense of it, but that doesn't make the dates make any sense. Still, it doesn't fix that. Hell, the comics really don't help if you think about it, because the Liv says that Willy's was built. It was built, not opened, but built in 96. In the comics, these guys just break out of the asylum and they just show up to the building. They're like, this'll do. This'll do. So, you could say that it was built in 96, and then Willy's itself, as we know it, inhabiting that building, came about later on. But how later on can it be? Because you can't, it's 96, and once you start getting into the 2000s, that's during most of the time that Tex owned it. It was mid 2000s. So you're really pushing it at that point. You're really starting to push it. And it still doesn't explain the 84 date. It bugs me. Did you know that? Have you noticed that this drives me nuts? I bet you couldn't tell at all. I'm sure it was difficult to. It wasn't on the nose enough. People keep driving by, like, in big trucks with trailers behind them and stuff, and I keep thinking it's UPS. It's not. I could always check the tracking on Amazon real quick. I'm wondering if I should say, like, what it is, because it's not that big of a deal, really. But it is kind of a big deal to me because it's like the last thing I need. So that's there's that. Your package is out for delivery. I know that. You have any other information for me? Let's check the tracking number. I'm anxious. UPS. Come on. I would like show you, but then it would show my address, and I'm not gonna do that. It's not a good idea. You know how many times I've almost showed, like, my address on stream? Too many. Okay, it's like in a town that's like 30 minutes away from here, which is, I think, decent news. Here's something to talk about. I've been thinking I really shouldn't, but I've been thinking about buying a prop lot on eBay. I shouldn't have said where it was. Willy's Wonderland props, of course. Nothing too crazy. I messaged the seller like a month ago and I haven't heard anything. If I don't hear anything, then that's probably going to kill it for me because I have some questions that would be, nice to know before I blow $1,200, dollars on it. So it's not any of the suits or anything. It's nothing too crazy, but at the very least, it is certified Willy's Wonderland props, and that would be nice to have. But it's like I don't know where to put them, and if I am to put them anywhere, it's going in a glass case and not getting touched. But I don't have room for a glass case either. Nor do I have the extra money for the glass case. So that's kind of a problemo. But I really want to buy it. I shouldn't. I have the money. I have a decent amount of money. I can buy it, but it's like, should I? Because I need that money for something else, but I also don't care. So I'm really thinking about buying those props. And that would also make for good content too, to show them off on the channel. But, of course, knowing me, I'd be like wearing gloves and stuff and would be extra careful showing them off. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I will buy those props, but they've been on eBay for a while. Like they have plenty of watchers. It's in someone's cart right now, but it's been there for months. And even during the time that the suits were up for auction, that listing was on there, and it's like no one's touched it. Like it's just sitting there. And I hope somebody doesn't beat me to it because I'm still, I'm conflicted, but I really want to buy these. I have the money. But right now, I don't make money from YouTube and I don't have an actual job yet. It's a me problem. I want to work, but no one's hiring me specifically. Credentials are not the greatest. So I can't really make that money back. That's sort of the problem. Now, when I first got on this stream, I was even thinking about like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to buy these props and I'm going to show me buying these props on stream without, showing my credit or debit card information and stuff like that. Like I was thinking about that, but then it was like, I kind of talked myself out of it. Like, okay, actually use your brain for a second. And plus there's going to be like 2 people here. Most of my viewers are in school right now. So we're just doing other things or they're in different time zones. So it was like, it's going to be a bit of a lonely party if I did that on stream. So not going to. But I would love to buy those. Just what do I do with them? I could have bought one of the suits. I could have owned Cammy. I'm just saying. I could have. Like it hurts even more once they sell and you've seen what they sold for, and it's like I could have bought like 3 of them. It's like it's like if I would have known that was gonna be the winning bid. But then it's like again. I would put them in a glass case, and then from there, what do I do with them? And then I'm moving at some point, like other side of the country. It's like, how am I gonna do this without damaging them or anything like that? There's nowhere to put them. But man, it would have been nice though. But I mean, who knows? I mean, private collectors don't hold on to everything forever. I mean, they could get sold off again. You never know. Speaking of which, this is a random idea I had. I was thinking about this. My dad went to this auction and they held it in like this abandoned business. Like, I think it was like an old skating rink or something. Like, and it got me thinking like, I don't know. It seemed odd to me. It was like they're going to hold an auction for something. in this old rundown place, and they didn't even clean it up or anything first. It's just this rundown building, and there's some dudes in it sitting in chairs, and they're holding up the thing, and there's an auction happening. And I was thinking about, like, imagine if something like that happened, like, you know, with the Willy's Wonderland building, like somebody, rented it or bought it. I don't know how that would work, like it's just an odd thing to think about. Like, I don't know. It's very odd to me. Hey, thanks for subscribing and everything. That's it's awesome. I don't know what to say. That really makes me happy though. So thank you. And it gives me something to talk about, which that's always appreciated. But yeah, thank you. That it means a lot. It definitely means more whenever, this sounds weird, but to me, it means more when you're not making money from from subscribers and views and things like that. To me, it means more. To some people, it might mean more to them if they did make money from it. Like, oh, it's already cool that somebody is showing interest in this, but also money, money, money. I'm not like that, because eventually you look at that sub that you just received, and you don't think about the person, you just think about the money that came with it. You just got money from nothing. I don't like that. I don't like that mindset. I don't like to have that. I really appreciate every sub that I get, every view. I try to reply to as much as possible. I'm not one of those that will mindlessly heart every comment and give a generic reply to each one. I reply if I really have something to reply with. If it's something I actually a conversation I want to have, or if there's anything to say, I heart the comment if I actually love that comment and I appreciate it. I hope that you all know that I mean it. I really do mean it, that I appreciate you all, and that it means a lot. It really does. So thank you. I just heard something. I'm gonna see if UPS is here. Nope, that's a big no. They should be here by now. It's driving me nuts. I'm still wondering if I should say what it is I'm getting from UPS for my janitor costume. I mentioned it's a prop and how I've accidentally bought 3 of them because Amazon is Amazon. All 3 of them wouldn't be arriving. It was 2 completely separate things. It's the same product, but I accidentally bought 2 of this listing for that same product, and then I bought the one that I actually need. But it's I've already streamed past the 50-minute mark. I usually stop the streams at about that time, and for me right now, it's 2 p.m. and they might be here at 3, and I don't have enough stuff to talk about for that much time. So it's should I say what it is in the stream, or should I say what it is to have something to talk about and then hope it gets here soon and show it off? Or, it's nothing too crazy. Trust me, this is going to be very anticlimactic. It's I've kind of built it up unintentionally, and then it's going to get here and it's oh, okay, cool, I guess. Trust me on that one. It's nothing too crazy. Man, it blows my mind that I do this stuff, the live streams, just because I don't talk to anyone. I'm so socially awkward. I'm sure that's still very apparent, but I love doing this, but at the same time I'm dying. It's especially when I don't know what to talk about. It's just, what do I do? I could do that. I try to do the stream sparingly. It's I try to make it sort of an event. It's I try to space them out a little bit. But again, it is nothing too crazy other than it's the last piece of my cosplay and I spent way too much money on it and it's finally here. So if anything, I can make a community post and then eventually I know I'm going to do a video with me wearing the whole costume, just kind of showing that off. And heck, that might just be a YouTube short, you know. I try to make them longer if I can, but sometimes it's like, you know, it might as well be a short, you know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I guarantee you, if I end the stream, the moment I hit end stream, UPS will pull up and be knocking on my door with the thing. I guarantee you. Just knowing my luck, knowing me on a personal level, I know my luck, and it's not. It's the world likes to play with me a little bit. It's funny sometimes. Sometimes I'm just, you know, I agree. Like, hey, that was terrible for me and very inconvenient, but I can see from this outside perspective how hilarious that was. Very satire, kind of. It's kind of messed up, but yeah, that's probably what would happen. In stream, here it is. The thing I've been talking about. And since I've been blowing all my money lately, I've been thinking about all the other cool Willy's Wonderland stuff that I can waste money on. And I already have the vinyl. And to be completely honest, I didn't realize that the one I had was like a limited release, like the orange vinyl. I thought that was just normal. So I might get the regular version, like the black vinyl and everything. Hey, well, thanks for stopping by and everything. And I'm glad someone's excited to see my cosplay. I feel like most people are sick of me talking about it so much. So, you know, I've exhausted it a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed the stream. It wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be, as I've already stated, but I'm here. So I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for stopping in, and thanks for subscribing as well. Like I said, I really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm glad someone's excited to see the cosplay. That's nice. Like really, I just hope more people at the convention, because I've been to one convention and I'm about to be attending my second ever. And the first convention, I was really surprised how many people recognize my character, like recognize me as the janitor. And that was like, I just put this shirt on in blue pants. I didn't have any other like specific or screen accurate stuff at that point yet. And they were like, it's the guy from that crazy Nick Cage movie. And oh my God, it's the janitor and stuff. And whether people, because I'm sure some were laughing there was a lot that were laughing with. There were so many that knew that character. And it's like, and that was in a very small building. There wasn't a lot of people at that convention. And I'm going to one that's like 3 times bigger. It's like, how many people are going to recognize me now, like 4 years after the movie came out? Like, let's see how that goes. And I don't know if I'm going to record. I'd like to just go and enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy recording and making videos, but it's like, I don't want to be like filming my whole life and going there. It's like, you know, so I'll probably post photos before I go to that convention where I'm dressed up and I'm ready to go. Here I am. But I probably won't actually be filming there. Like once I'm in the convention, I'm not going to be filming from my perspective and meeting people and stuff. But you know, hopefully a couple people want pictures or something. You know, just if they like Willy's Wonderland, I hope I meet other fans, but I highly doubt it. Just probably casual people who know about it at least. But yeah, I just wish I could grow a goatee. That's another thing that's driving me nuts. Like, I usually shave. I'm growing all this out for this cosplay. And I also got temporary black hair dye, which I'm going to put in my facial hair and in my hair on my head, what's left of it. Again, like I was going to buy a wig. But it's like, just looks terrible. Looks more terrible than this. So, yeah, I don't look like Nick Cage at all. I don't have the hair and I don't have a goatee. I'm kind of missing a lot of the important stuff, but everything else is like dead on, screen accurate. So that's kind of funny. Except for the shoes. I'm disappointed about that. Again, the shoes are like $300, man. I'm not gonna, like one person's probably going to recognize my character. You think I'm gonna spend $300 on shoes? It would make me feel better. That's about it. But I'd also feel terrible at the same time because I spent $300 on shoes. So a little out of my budget, a little out of my price range, for sure. And there's nearly identical ones with very tiny, insignificant differences that you can find on eBay, but they're also still like $130. It's like, I don't know if I want to buy that. I shouldn't. I still kind of really want to, though. I'm going to talk myself into it, so I'm going to shut up about that. Yeah. Oh, man. Thought I heard something. It's not UPS. Damn it. I'm going to chug the last bit of the punch pop, I guess. Terrible idea. Damn. That was a bad idea. Oh, man. Hi. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. As always, retconning it. It's not canon. Never took place. Not a real event. Oh, man. Remind me not to chug the last bit of punch pop next time. If I had like more viewers, this would be like a great way of doing sponsored stuff. Like, like how it's like, here's my preferred punch pop of the day, and it's a sponsored drink. Like, there's opportunities there. I'm just saying. If I ever reviewed anything like, sponsored stuff, like here's the real reason I couldn't do a sponsored thing is because if I didn't like it, I would say it sucked to me. Like, I would not, like, I'm not the kind to just be like, oh, I'm getting money, so I have to be positive about this. I prefer a critical analysis and genuine opinion rather than, just saying it's good when you're dying inside just because you're going to get paid at the end of the day for it. So yeah, that's probably why it's not a good idea. Never mind. I'm hoping at the very least someone starts talking in the chat. Somebody to interact with. Please, somebody, anybody, is anyone out there? Maybe it's a good thing that I picked a terrible day to stream, because if this was like the usual, like there's 10, 12 viewers in total in the stream, and I was sitting here like not knowing what to talk about, like that would have been so embarrassing, honestly. I would have felt so bad for everyone. Oh, man. I'm definitely gonna have to get the Roblox thing fixed, and the solution will probably be using something other than StreamYard. That's probably what it's going to come down to. That's really the only problem I have with StreamYard is for whatever reason when I open up another screen on my computer, another tab, StreamYard just doesn't want to work anymore. So that's not good. That's not good. So I can't do games or anything like that. I can't do reaction stuff because of that. So I'm probably going to have to find something other than StreamYard very soon. Especially since I just spent a whole $5 on my new Roblox account. So, it'd be kind of nice if it was worth it. Get something out of it. It's its intended purpose. But yeah. I'm just watching the hands on the clock just I am still choking on the Sprite. It's in there still. I'm just pretending it's not. That was a terrible idea. I choke every time. I need to quit. I'm going to die on stream in this shirt. See what I mean? In this shirt with a Punch Pop cup in my hand. And they're going to find me laying here. One technical thing I did fix, which was not a big deal. Last stream, my laptop was supposed to be charging. And it was plugged into the wall, but it wasn't charging. And I had to go sooner than I planned to just because my laptop was dying. But now I fixed that, so I would rather my laptop be dying than, I would rather choose being able to play Roblox than, you get what I mean. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to get fixed. I'm going to peek outside one more time. UPS has not been here, but it makes me feel better. And maybe the trip to the door and back, even though it's only like 4 feet, maybe during that long distance, I will think of something to yap about for another 30 minutes. So fingers crossed, I guess, unless you don't want to hear me talk for another 30 minutes, which if so, why do you watch these live streams? That's the only question I have to ask, really. Let's see. Yep. There's nothing out there. Crazy. Insane. I was expecting it to just poof, magic, there it is. But no. All right. I think the stream's gone on too long. Way too long. It does feel like I should wait, though, doesn't it? Because it's like, there's that buildup. I'm just gonna say what it is. It's a mop. It's a mop handle. I told you it's not anything too crazy, but I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna try to do some detailing on it that makes it look like it was snapped in half. Then tape it together on the ends, and like the final battle. And that's why I have the gunny sack with the cans in it. I need that to go with it. So, yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's a mop. I'm waiting for a mop. Yep. That's it. I accidentally ordered 3 mops. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was like I was looking at it and I tried to buy one, but it wanted me to buy two, and then I tried to back out, and then it just bought them for me. I didn't even click buy it now or add to cart. It just bought them. And I tried to cancel them, and they said, nah, nah. So I guess I'm shit out of luck because I'm gonna have to wait for those to get here and then send them back. So yay. So fun. Oh man. I'm throwing in the towel. Like, this stream was an oopsie, kind of like me. And yeah. Sorry you didn't get to see the awesome, amazing mop. But I am probably going to end the stream and get on out of here like I should have probably 30 minutes ago. So, yeah, there's that. So, thank you for those who did watch and for those who stuck around. I am so sorry I had nothing to talk about. I hope the next stream will be better. I really hope it will be. And that's all up to me and fate. And hopefully by that time, I will figure out, Roblox and, get that fixed. You might see me using new streaming software by the next one. We will see. We will see. So in the meantime, I'm going to be working on the iceberg video and stuff. And it's going to be a pain in the ass. But it's going to get done. It's going to get done. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.